Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Kaioken, Goku and Hit units that have been announced for Golden Week coming next week. They'll arrive Monday for me at 4 AM. For some of you that may be Sunday evening, for others that'll be Monday midday. And we can take a look at them. So we have Goku, Super Saiyan God, Ssbkk, Kaioken, a very hype transformation. Not so much for me, but I know for a lot of people. Reps of 7 or full power category lead, 200% attack and defense of 170%, and an extra 50% for those who belong to tournament participants or superheroes. So basically a full coverage for all of Reps of Universe 7, which is great. And solid coverage for the full power categories, and also still good coverage for units like full power Gohan. So a pretty solid unit. I think Beast Gohan also fits under here. So nice leader skill overall, I think. Very solid. Reps of Universe 7 is always a good category because it's one of the bigger teams in USS, so it's fine. Super Saiyan, Warrior Gods, Kamehameha, Prepare for Battle, Over in a Flash, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, Great Link Set, Standard Link Set, very good. Then, he activates an entrance animation when there's another 2 or more tournament participant category allies, or another Reps of Universe 7 category allies on the team. He will guard all attacks, defense of 170% up, and launches an additional super attack for 3 turns. So, really, standard, kind of very close to the current Kaioken Goku, the strength one. Key +3, attacking defense of 200%, high chance of performing a crit, high chance of evasion, randomly changes key spheres to tech. When attacking a 12 or more key, attacking defense of 200% up, defense of 100% when HP is 70% or more, attack of 100% when HP is 70% or less. 1 or more tech key spheres, he'll get attack of 100%, launch an additional super. With all allies attacking in the same turn on Reps Universe 7, he will get attack of 70% up, and chance of performing a crit up of 30%. So that already pushes him to like 80% crit with 50% evasion. After the character or an ally's revival skill is activated, so we have a revive. He will guard all attacks, defense of 170%, launch an additional super attack, chance of performing a critical hit, and chance of evasion all go up. So very, very good. That goes up by 20% as well. So in total, Goku can be a 70% evasion unit with guaranteed guard after revive, or an ally's revive, which is always great. So, non-committal, you don't have to have him explode, which makes life a lot easier. Defense goes up big time, and he basically is guaranteed to crit if he gets a tech key sphere. Sorry, if he has a USS lineup or Reps Universe 7 category lineup in that turn. But other than that, it's still 70%. In terms of crit chance, it's pretty good. Goku's going to be good. He's going to be good, yes, in situations where his evasion doesn't kick in. He may die to 1 or 2 supers, pre-super or something like that, but generally speaking, he's going to be very good. There's nothing wrong with this passive. High damage, lots of multipliers. He gains attack based on his health, which makes perfect sense. And he has a revive and an unconditional condition based on revives with no real deviates or caveats. He has a standby skill, which can be activated from the 4th turn once only, and he's on a ton of categories. We don't really have to go through all of them, but he's on a lot of them, so that's all that matters. Greatly raises attacking defense for 1 turn while sacrificing 5% HP, which usually I guess would be a big concern, but nowadays it's not such a big concern. So that leaves us with his standby phase. Standby phase is pretty interesting. So in his standby, obviously leader skill, none of that changes, but very interesting standby here. So key +10, attack of 200%, changes key spheres all to tech. Okay, 1 turn only. When attacking with 10 or more key, attack of 159% up. Right, then he gets for every key sphere obtained, attack and chance of performing crit up 10%. Chance of evading enemies' attack 10% up within the turn. 10 or more key spheres, he will launch an additional attack. Or when he or an ally is attacking, he will revive with 70% HP. And when the finish effect is activated, 159% attack up. So basically how it works with Goku is Goku goes from being like, look, there's no defense here. It's all evasion. So Goku's first turn of his standby, because if you see his standby lasts for 4 turns. So you can see stands by for 4 turns. So how Goku works is Goku has 2 purposes. Okay. Purpose 1 is if the event disables evasion or you don't get enough orbs, Goku's going to die. He's going to die. There's nothing he has. He has no defense, no damage reduction, no nothing. He will die. Goku will die. You'll revive. The Goku base will be better defensively. If, okay, you don't feel the need to do that, or Goku is doing fine the way he is, or you don't need that extra defense, or you want the extra damage from the finishing skill, you can just use this like a high-powered offensive smack in the face of the enemy. So very cool to give it kind of like that deviation. He does massively raise attack for 1 turn. This guy is an additional all-the-way build. Very cool unit. Nothing wrong with him. Honestly, I just don't really have a big problem with him. And then his revival counterattack will do damage as well. So very, very, very good. So yeah, I think for me, honestly, Goku looks great. I don't have a problem with them. I think the evasion helps him out a lot comparative to like the strength Kaioken Goku, who I think was an excellent unit, but with only defense and guard, was always bound to age fairly averagely, especially since his guard faded away. But with this Goku, I don't think we'll have that problem. The evasion will help him out a lot more. His defense is just more attuned to current stat requirements, and yeah, he should be a good damage dealer. Next we have Hit. So Hit is a Universe 6 rapid growth or accelerated battle. Ki +3, HP 200%, attack 170%, and additional HP attack defense 50%. For characters who also belong in tournament participants or super bosses category. Okay, cool. Supreme Warrior, Experienced Fighters, Cold Judgment, Infighter, Shocking Speed, Warriors of Universe 6, and Fierce Battle are his link sets. It's a very Hit-based link set. Hit traditionally does link up fairly well with Jiren's. So, like, generally speaking, like, you're not wrong to use like a Jiren alongside him. Traditionally, that's just how it's always kind of been. So, Hit should still be fine, but I think like obviously, it's gonna depend a little bit on some stuff. In terms of his passive, activate the entrance animation. When there's another 2 or more tournament participants in the category allies or another Universe 6 category ally, very simple. Chance of evading enemies' attack up 20%, defense up 106%, launches an additional super attack for 6 turns. So pretty standard, straightforward. I think that evasion and the defense last for only 1 turn, whereas the additional super attack launches for 6 turns, or it only activates once, I think is what they're saying. So yeah. Basic effects: Ki +2, attack and defense of 200%, high chance of performing a critical hit, high chance of evading enemies' attack. Launches an additional attack, there's a great chance of becoming a super attack. When attacking with 12 or more Ki, attack and defense of 100%, for every attack performed, attack for 60% within the turn, for every attack evaded, defense is 60%, and chance of evasion up 6% within the turn as well. Every time the character performs 3 or more super attacks in battle, the attacked enemy's attack will go down by attack and defense of 30%. He will seal the attacked enemy's super attack, and he will interrupt the attacked enemy's attack up to once within the turn, Is that really all the passive there? I thought they would have more on the next page. Okay. And then when the target enemy is in the following stats, HP is 6% or less, attack will go 6% up, attack's guaranteed to hit. So base form Hit maybe doesn't look as exciting as Goku, but I think there's an important difference to understand. Goku is meant to improve after his revive, but his base form is also meant to be good, if you don't get your revive off. Hit has a transformation, so it's not maybe a transformation because Hit doesn't change form, but Hit has just a flatline improvement that comes, so yeah, it's not really too mandatory. For now though, he looks really solid. He's got that 70% evasion with his entrance animation active. Pretty good. Defense should be pretty good. For every attack evaded, pretty good. And for every attack performed, he works kind of like, he'll work very similar to like the physical Goku Rose. So physical Goku Rose has that also attack up a lot with each one performed in turn, and Hit can do already like 2 super attacks per turn. And so if you can get Hit to do a 3rd super attack, then you know he's pretty good to go. His active skill can be activated after the character performs 6 more attacks in battle, or after he evades 3 or more attacks, and then he changes his stance due to improvement, which is what I was talking about. So he just flatline gets better. So base form Hit looks good. Limited categories as always with Hit: Universe 6, Rapid Growth, Accelerated Battle, Tournament Participants, Super Bosses, Space Shuttle Warriors, Legendary Existence, but Hit himself looks pretty good. His raising attack and defense permanently causes immense damage with a high chance of stunning. So Hit is also a additional unit, so it seems probably an additional and evasion unit. Surprise, surprise. Seems like everything's that these days, but probably an additional, very, very, very additional unit. You want to do as many attacks as possible. You want to boost his performance, get stacks, and then you can activate his transformation. Obviously, provided you meet the requirements, but you don't have to activate it. We'll talk about that. You might want to, you know, talk about stacking, but I don't think so. Based on the super attack effect, there's no real point not doing it. His DS skill is not going to change, etc. None of that happens, but his passive changes massively. Key +3, attacking defense of 260%. Great chance of performing a critical hit, great chance of evading. So, launches an additional super, launches an additional attack, there's a great chance of becoming a super. So that's already 2 built in. Attacks guaranteed to hit. Attacked enemy debuffed by 30%. Seals the attacked enemy's super attack. When attacking a 12 or more key, attacking defense of 160% up interrupts the attacked enemy's attack. For every attack performed, attack of 66% up within the turn. For every attack received or evaded, defense is 66% up and chance of evasion up 6% as well. So basically he's like MUI Goku, essentially. Pretty much, just not 77%, he's at 70%, and he's got 6%, not 7%. When all allies attacking the same turn on Universe 6, he foresees all enemy super attacks. Immensely powerful. Insanely powerful ability. It's tied to Universe 6, which right now is a bit of a hindrance, but we'll see what that gets. When receiving an attack from an enemy who is hit by the character's super attack, his chance of evasion goes up by 16%. So he basically is evasion god, below UI Goku, before he fires off his super, but post super he shouldn't be hit, because you'll be at like 86% give or take, and then factor in him evading a single attack. I mean, he shouldn't be hit post super, like unless there's event nullification. Like there's just no logical reason he should be hit. Realistically, hit should not be hit. And he's got so many additionals and everything built in, so he just looks very, very good. He's also got an active skill. It can be activated when HP is 66% or less, facing only one enemy from the 6th turn. Causes ultimate damage and delays their targeted actions for 1 turn. Very, very good. Well, a single attack for 1 turn. So it's the usual interrupt ability. Hit then also greatly raises attack and defense. So there's no reason logically to not use Hit at all. In the way he's designed, like just transform him straight away and he is basically amazing. So Hit looks really good, very different to Goku. Goku has a little bit of flexibility, not flexibility, but a little bit of that whole, you know, I need to use this revival mechanic, or do I use it for damage type thing. Hit is a much more simple unit. It's like he is a good unit in base, and then he's a great unit when he transforms, and he's an evasion unit, and cool. That's it with Hit. Like very simple, very good, very good, very simple, very good. Which he needs to be, because Hit's not on a lot of categories. So like Goku can have maybe a gap here or there, because his team, like Reps Universe 7 is really strong. Like USS is strong, but Reps Universe 7 is strong. Hit will obviously be on the same strong USS team, but Hit himself has no one really to kind of vibe with. Piccolo, a banner unit, so Piccolo's Battle of Wits will give the warrior category lead of 130%. Brainiacs, Prodigies, Experienced Fighters, Cold Judgment, Namekians, Gaze of Respect, Fierce Battle, etc. Defense of 200%, high chance of evasion, damage reduction rate of 70%. Wow. When attacking, 500%. For every attack received, of course, damage reduction rate goes down, attack goes down. For every attack evaded, defense goes up. Yeah. For 4 turns from character's entry turn, chance of evasion up 20%. Character's super attack will be sealed. Starting from the 5th turn, key +3, attack of 500%, 500% attack, and performs a critical hit when attacking with 12 or more key. Chance of evading up 20% as a 3rd attacker in the turn. So, this is one of those units that's just going to, I don't know, not work out too well, I don't think. Functionally, look, he's very interesting. He is a pure defensive unit, essentially. He has a 500% attack boost when attacking, which will make him do good damage. But he is a pure defensive unit. So how he's meant to work is basically he starts out pretty strong. He'll get progressively weaker with each attack received. For the attacks he evades, though, he'll build up his defense. For 4 turns from his entry turn, he will have a higher level of evasion, so he should be able to build that up within that period. And then, you know, basically on the 5th turn, he will do a huge smack of damage and then just be really good at evading. So it's like a bit of a weird unit. It's not a bad unit. You can basically, you're supposed to use him as a 1st slot tank for the first couple of turns, and then after that you just stick him in the 3rd slot and have him evade and maybe do some damage. It's nothing crazy. It's cool, but it is just a standard flexy little design there. Special Beam Cannon, he massively raises attack for 1 turn. Nothing too crazy other than that. And then we have Magetta, who is the other banner unit. Magetta is the Universe 6 or Tournament Participants category, key +3, attack and defense of 130% lead. Basic effects, key +3, attack and defense of 200%, damage reduction of 30% when receiving an attack, attack and defense of 200%. When all allies attacking the same turn on Universe 6, he will guard all attacks and randomly change key spheres of a certain type to physical. When attacking with 12 or more key, all allies will get defense of 20%, and Universe 6 category allies will get attack of 20%. When receiving an attack or a super attack, he will get damage reduction rate of 20% temporarily. First time will be 20%, and after receiving a super attack, he'll be stunned for 3 turns. Honestly, again, just a very interesting unit that I just don't think is going to do much. Designed to run on a Universe 6 team, yes, he can run on a USS team, but not really meant to run there because without his guard, he's not as tanky. 30% damage reduction, guarding all attacks, 20% when receiving a super attack, gives him 50% and guard, which is good. That's about it. He makes rainbow key spheres, physical key spheres. He gives a bit of support. Honestly, nothing wild here. I think this is a little bit disappointing, the Magetta, especially because he's such a limited unit. They do have his raise attack of allies by 30% for 2 turns effect, so you can just run him as a 2nd slot or 3rd slot or something. But I just don't think there's enough here. Like, I think you need to hard commit with the both Magetta units and make them like super duper tanky, and just not like worry about the rest. But overall, some interesting units. I think some good additions for Universe 6, good additions for USS, good additions for Tournament of Power, good additions for Reps of Universe 7. So nice to have. Reps of Universe 7 was already quite strong, so was USS. Hit helps a bit with the scaling for some longer events. Goku helps quite a lot just in terms of having potentially a more evasive lineup, especially it gives more relevance now to Tech UI Goku than ever before, because everyone always says that guy's falling off, but then you need his bloody active skill to make half of these units work. So yeah, he's really good. But that's it for me.